6 years ago, I decided to open up an investment account with Betterment.com, and then a year later I was like, you know what, this is going really well, let me open up another account with them. And today I'm going to be showing you exactly how I did. Hi everyone, this is Camilla the Focus Spender, and welcome to my channel where I teach you how to get out of debt, save more money, and invest so that you can build wealth and leave a lasting legacy. Let's start off and just talk about what exactly is Betterment. Betterment is an online robo-advising financial management service. So what happens is that you tell the company more about yourself, your financial situation, your financial goals, and it uses an algorithm to provide financial advice for you. It comes up with the portfolio. It tells you how much you should be investing on a certain schedule depending on what your goals are so that you can meet those goals. And then that's it. You turn on the auto invest and you let it do all of the work. For me, I really like Betterment because it provides me a way to manage my money, invest a lot of money without having to think. I'm not thinking about, is this a good ETF? Is this a good stock? Am I investing enough? I'm literally just saying, here's my money, do your thing. And so far the results have been impressive. If it wasn't, I would not have stuck with the company for the past 6 years. So I promised you an update on my accounts. So the first account we're going to talk about is my house fund. That is actually the second account that I opened up when I decided to start using Betterment. I opened up that account in November of 2016. So literally 5 years ago, almost to the date, I started investing in that house fund account. And the reason why I started the account called the house fund is because in my mind I was thinking, okay, maybe I should start saving for a house. Even though I haven't bought one yet. But in my mind, I was like, let me just start saving for a house. Let me come up with my down payment. So if I ever, or whenever I decide I want to buy a house, I can have some money already set aside. So because I knew the purpose was to buy a house or to use it for a down payment, I knew that I did not want that account to be too aggressive. So I started out with an allocation split of 90% bonds, 10% stocks. And I started out with, I think, $300 or $400 every time I got paid, and eventually I bumped it up to $500 every time I got paid. And then once I hit that goal amount of money, I reduced it down to $50 every time I got paid. So that's how much I'm doing in that fund, is $50 on a semi-monthly basis. Now let's actually look at the account. Okay, so as you can see, my account is now valued at $30,699.55. If we go over to performance and we look at the all-time performance, you can see I started the account November 16th, 2016. For a long time, my earnings were very, very minimal because I started out, like I said, with 90% bonds, 10% stocks, and at some point it actually flipped over to 100% bonds and then 10% stocks. But then pretty recently, in the last couple of years, I decided that I wanted to be a little bit more aggressive, and so now my split is 70% bonds, 10% stocks. And so if we scroll down a little bit, you can see that I have deposited a total of $28,250 over the last 5 years. I've received $1,664 in dividends. I've paid about $180 in management fees, and I've had market changes or like gains from the value of my account at $963.90. So like I said, my account value is $30,699. So overall, it's done pretty well for what it is. Like I said, it's not supposed to be an aggressive account. It's not supposed to have an explosive growth because the higher the return, the riskier the account needs to be. And I wanted to make sure that this money is pretty much safe. But I did increase the riskiness of it because I wanted to make sure that I was still outpacing inflation. I did not want it to just be almost like a savings account. I wanted it to do better than what I would do if I just put the money into a regular high yield savings account. Now my second account is my Build Wealth account, and that was the first account that I started when I opened up Betterment. I decided, I think it was September of 2015 is when I actually started investing in the account. I think I had opened up my Betterment account in 2014, but it took me almost a year to actually start using it because I was just so nervous about the whole, online investment platform. I just was so unsure of myself that it took me a while. But when I started, I think I started out with about, I cannot get these numbers straight. I think I started out with like $300 a month. And I did that up until I started my house fund. So once I started my house fund, I reduced how much I was putting into the Build Wealth account down to $100 because I just needed, more flexibility. There was no way I was going to be able at the time to put in, $400 in the Build Wealth and then $400 in the house fund. So I had to like really readjust what I was doing. So anyways, when I started out with the Build Wealth account, I started with a split of 90% stocks, 10% bonds. And for the most part, I have not changed that at all. Now that I'm getting a little bit older, I might consider bringing it down maybe to like 85% stocks, 10% bonds, maybe even 80-20, but I'm not sure. For now, I'm just gonna leave it as is. So let's go ahead and look at my Build Wealth account. So my total balance on my Build Wealth account is $61,633.18. If we go down, you can see my balance starting from September 28th, 2015 through now. You can see, looking at this dip, you can see exactly when the market tanked in 2020, in March of 2020, when everything was going crazy and people were trying to sell off all their investments. Thankfully, I ignored that and I just kept on going. And as you can see, I did really, really well during that time from March 2020 through now. So I deposited $40,525 into my Build Wealth account. I've received $3,600 in dividends. I've paid $300 in management fees, and my market changes, or how much my account has grown, is $17,781.30. So if I was to sell my Build Wealth, if I just liquidated the whole thing right now, I would have made $20,000 on my $40,000 investment, which I think is really, really good. I'm very happy with my Betterment account. I just wanted to point out one thing, just because this, really surprised me. So my account value in the beginning of January was about $35,000, and now my account value is at $60,000. And you see this light blue area right here? This light blue area is my earnings, and they've skyrocketed. Like, my investment hasn't gone up a lot over the last year, but my earnings have gone up a lot. And so this account has been doing really well for me. I really like the fact that I am completely hands off. It's going into the stock market. It's going into like the total stock market. It's not going into just one type of investment or one ETF. Matter of fact, let me just show you. If you look at holdings, if you go to the holdings section, then you can see exactly where your money is being invested. And my money is being split up a lot. I have holdings in VTI and ITOT, which are, if you can see that, those are the funds that it's invested in, that current split. And then large cap value stocks, mid cap value stocks, small cap, international holdings, bonds, more bonds, more bonds. So they really do split your money up really nicely to make sure that you are well diversified. So I really appreciate it, because if I had to come up with this on my own, I wasn't. I honestly was not going to come up with that on my own. So my current overall account value is $92,332.73, which, I'm kind of impressed with. I started out with a very small deposit of $400 a paycheck 6 years ago, and now it has grown tremendously, and I'm about to hit six figures, $100,000, just in this one account that I started out almost as, not like a joke. Someone recommended to me on YouTube, and I was like, you know what, let me just try it out. And I'm so glad that I listened and I tried it out, because it's done really, really well for me. Now, if you want to try out Betterment, I do have a referral code that I will leave in the description box below. I believe with this referral code, you will get a year of free management of your account, up to $5,000. And I know that their promotions will change at some point. So just click on the link depending on when you're watching this to see what the current promotion is. I hope you enjoyed this video, and I will see you next time. Thanks. Bye-bye.